Now, Commitment 2020, questions for the candidates. We asked the candidates for the 8th Congressional District, what steps do you believe are most necessary to deal with global climate change?
One of the bills that I filed last year, and that's actively being considered in Congress now, is really the national security climate change bill, which would require each and every federal agency in our government to budget for responding to climate change within their own facilities. So this would require DOD, Department of Defense, the transportation agencies, the State Department. You know, we have hundreds of facilities and also embassies around the world, many of them challenged by climate change, especially those in Africa. So it would require those agencies actually to put the billions of dollars necessary into climate change resilience for our facilities. So we've got to do more of that. I think we can also incentivize deeper and faster research into alternative energy that would not be reliant on petrochemicals or fossil fuels. So we've got to make that transition. I think that the government has a key role to play in that.
Climate change is my #1 issue, and I believe it's the #1 national security issue, not just for America, but for almost every other nation on Earth. Ultimately, because we're trapped in a sort of prisoner's dilemma game theory of international relations when it comes to climate change, we really do need a very robust, strong, and binding international relationship with mechanisms to account for member states not meeting their side of the bargain. America, we could scale down our consumption drastically, and we should, but that's not going to fix the global problem if countries like India, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and others are continuing to burn and drill massive amounts of oil, coal, and other fossil fuels. So the solution to this problem must be international in scope.
Check out the Commitment 2020 section of the WCVB app or WCVB.com for election news and voter resources.